Yo, what's up, fam? Okay. Excuse my hair. So you know this is human hair. And you know when you sleep on human hair, do what human hair do. Okay, so I got on my little hat today. Okay. All right. Disclaimer, right quick. Let me just get that right on up out the way. All right, she got to brush it. Okay, period. All right, today we have come to read, I believe what is going to be the end of Money is the Motive, book 2. I've been kind of reading these books a little bit more than I was before, or I guess I could say like a little longer. I thought I had my Kindle sitting up here. Where is it? Hold up. I thought I had my Kindle sitting on my desktop, but I don't see it. Oh, but where's my Kindle? Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just going to be grabbing this here. Hi, everyone. How are you? How are you? Let me get to Money is the Motive, the picture. We got to put the picture up on there, honey. And this book is by Toni Michelle. Oh, guys, I actually deleted on an accident just about an hour ago. I deleted my video about Kalina Kalir, the young lady who went to Jamaica and claimed that she was abducted. So I'm just going to talk about that again in the middle of the night for Regrand, because you guys know that I moved Yawn Before Dawn to TOXSDIAMOND Live. And now in the middle of the night on this channel, I do Regrand instead of Yawn Before Dawn. So, and then when I'm ready to turn down, I read me a good book. I turn up, turn down, turn up, turn down, both, and chill it on out. Okay, so I'm going to be redoing a couple of things. Looking forward to this last chapter. I thank you guys for hanging in there with me, because I know that there's nights that I haven't been consistently reading. Not everybody is into reading books. Some of these people on my channel are here for mess and mess only. And that's not what my channel is about. That's not the only thing my channel is about. And I'm never going to let my channel be represented like that is the only thing my channel is about, because it is not. Okay, trust and believe. As much as I will drag a bit, is the same way that I will sit back and chill you down and peace you out and calm you down. Same way. Okay, so we do all of that on this channel. I want to make that very clear. This is a general channel for all people. And I know because of that, I catch different audiences at different times, and that's fine. I have no problem with that at all. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let's get into it. So I just got to open up the Kindle because I thought I installed that Kindle on my Microsoft computer, but I did not. That was a different computer. All right. After the Pain. Now, mind you, Tori Lee has been stabbed up while she's pregnant. She's big pregnant and getting stabbed up while she's pregnant. Can you believe some mess like that, chat? Hold on one second. Oh, yes. Okay, just going to send out a quick little text. Poor Kim and Kanye. They both was two clowns in the first place. What was you going to do when you got clown 1 and clown 2 taking each other seriously? I mean, come on now. All right. Oop. Lord, they posting too much tea in the VIP Teahive. All right. After the Pain. Gasp. I take in a long, deep breath. I can hear muffled voices, but none that I recognize immediately. Not sure what's going on right now. I only remember seeing my mother for a few moments. I remember that warm, comforting feeling Chrissy gave me, even if it was just momentarily. Opening my eyes to make sure I'm alive, I look around to discover I'm in the hospital. I look up towards the ceiling, almost blinding myself. To get my eyes to focus correctly, I start putting my bandaged hands in front of my blurred, light-sensitive eyes. I quickly regretted it. The pain radiating through me is excruciating. Even in the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, I think about Kennedy. I hope to God she's okay. With my head spinning and pain traveling to places in my body I didn't even know existed, I grabbed my stomach and noticed it feels smaller. What happened to my baby? I started to cry and panic. Flushed with fear, I try to sit up, but the pain is unbearable. I collapse back. I can't stop imagining what has happened to my baby as I examine my bandaged arms and hands. I lift my gown and notice the only scar I see is the long scar across my stomach. I've had a C-section, but where is my baby? Where is Juice, Dior, or anybody? My legs are numb, but I can move them just a bit. Placing my feet on the door, I push myself up but fall. The feeling is coming back in my legs as the coldness of the floor ignites my body senses. I needed to get up and find out what happened to my baby after everything I've been through. I can't lose her. Regaining the sensation back in my feet, I pull myself up to the side of the bed, taking one step. The incision in my stomach burns every time I move, but the door seemed within reach. I knew I could make it. Taking 7 torturous steps, I finally reached the door. Opening it, I took a round, and nobody even looks up at me. The nurses are busy chit-chatting. Preparing myself to take another move towards the nurse's station, I'm distracted by the ding of the elevator. As the doors open, I see the best thing on earth since sliced bread. Juice's eyes meet mine, and his are a lot wider than I imagine I could get mine right now. Damn, baby girl, wait. Nurse! Running over to me, he grabbed me, picking me up and taking me back to the room, just as Chatty Cathy looked up to see what the commotion is about. Laying me on the bed, Juice kisses my cheeks and smiles. Not concerned with a kiss right now, I speak on what's important to me now. Oh God, where is my baby? I can't lose my baby. Where is Terrence, Dior, everybody? Sobbing uncontrollably, I try my best to hold Juice's hands. The stab wounds in my hand begin to bleed through the bandages. I must have torn a stitch when I grabbed the door handle. Juice pauses for a moment, causing me to think the worst. I start hysterically crying, so the nurse pats my hand and Juice reaches over and hugs me. No, baby, the girls are okay. They in the NICU. You can see them as soon as you calm down. Juice is excited, but I'm confused as hell. Drying up my tears, I try to process what's being told to me. Wait, what? The girls? Huh? I'm not understanding. Without a word, Juice helps the nurse place me aside the wheelchair that I hadn't noticed on the other side of my bed. My ass went through the gates of hell and back to get through the door, and I could have just rolled there? Typical of me. Giving me a white fluffy pillow to place on my stomach as I get comfortable as I can in the seat, the nurse pats my achy shoulder. I move my shoulder just a bit to remind the nurse that I didn't feel nice. She does not apologize, but rather nods her head before speaking. Wow, Miss Lee, you've been through quite an ordeal. I'm glad you are awake. I know you want to see your little girls. They're doing well. With the nurse on the side of Juice and him pushing me down the hospital hall, the sounds of baby crying and new mothers rejoicing makes me feel emotional again. Noticing this, the nurse hums Miss Silly's Blues from Colored Purple's movie. She holds my hand lightly, never forgetting to smile at me occasionally. She's in a very good mood, or either she's trying to cheer me up because I can't stop crying. The pain is unbearable, not to mention my fragile mental state. I never thought I could feel worse than I did after the attack in Miami, but this had me beat. The steady stream of tears ran down my cheek as we approached the locked double doors of the NICU area. Still confused that it's 2 babies instead of 1. Upon entering the room full of tiny babies, I look around and stare. I wonder which are my girls. But I'm wheeled in the direction of 2 incubators that are side by side, and I know immediately they're mine. The first baby I meet is beautiful. I call her Kennedy Chrissy Oliver. This is my first lady. Kennedy has a beautiful golden toned skin color, just like my mother. Her hair is jet black, thick and curly. Juice rolls me over to my next little lady. I will call her Trinity. So Kennedy and Trinity. Her skin is caramel color like Juice, but she kind of reminded me of Niele Monroe. Trinity is a lot smaller than Kennedy. Kennedy is 5 pounds 13 ounces, while Trinity is 4 pounds 3 ounces. Trinity also has thick hair, but her hair is sort of wavy and covering her little tiny face. You can really see the Cuban in both of them. Both of my little ladies have breathing tubes and all kind of other tubes in them, but at least neither of them were hurt. The knife never went into my stomach, only my hand, arms, and legs. It is amazing what you can do when you're fighting for your life. I look into a smiling Juice's eyes, and it all made sense. Juice, that's why my stomach was so huge after 6 months. He laughs. Yeah, baby. When they were being delivered, Trinity was tucked behind Kennedy, so that's why she wasn't being seen by the doctor in Tampa. And then, you weren't going to the doctor like that. There's just only that one time. There was only that one time after. There was just only that one time after. So you wasn't going to the doctor like that. It was just only that one time after. Juice says while he rubs through my tender head of hair. You went into labor at your house, but you blacked out after losing so much blood. You had stab wounds everywhere. You needed a blood transfusion. The doctor wouldn't take any chances on infections and decided to give you an emergency C-section. You wouldn't have been able to deliver the girls on your own anyway. Just as Juice finishes that sentence, the nurse motions for us to leave the NICU, but promptly lets me know I can come back in a few hours after I was cleaned up and the doctor could examine my wounds again. As I was being taken back to my room, all of a sudden the horrible events resurfaced in my mind. Once again, we were in the room alone. The nurse agreed to let Juice get me cleaned up so we could have our privacy. I asked a million questions. I wanted to know what the hell happened. Where was my brother? Did I really see Mello bleed out in my lap? What happened to Taryn? Even though I hated her for what she did, she didn't deserve that treatment she got from Ariane. Where was Dior and Kamisha? Was everything finally over? Could I go on with my life? Juice takes a deep breath while rubbing my sore cheeks. Taryn, Ariane, and Mello are dead. Taryn didn't stand a chance. That crazy fuck sliced her up and put lye in her wounds. She was dead by the time the police went up there. My man Mello didn't make it either. He died at the house. Juice took a long pause before finishing. Shit was crazy. Ariane stabbed him and you shot him in the head. You just lost it before you passed out on this. Do you remember any of this? Closing my eyes, I nod. I do. I remember everything. I just want this to be over and go back to the way things used to be. Where is my brother? You haven't said anything about him yet. I start to panic, but Juice strokes my face to calm me down. Terrence is cool. He gonna be fine. He was released today. He had PCP in his system, a minor concussion. This is what caused his seizure and that stab wound to his side. He had to be detoxed and patched up, but he'll be fine. Terrence told us that he's sure that Ariane used a girl at this sports bar he was taking shots with that night to drug him. Terrence feels bad, and he would never betray you. Terrence was not in his right mind at the time he made that call to you. Tori, not sure if you realize it, but you've been here for 6 days. In and out, your blood pressure was so high, you would come to and then out again. Terrence has come here every day to check in on you. He'll be back with your aunt in a little while. Dior only leaves for 2 hours during the day. Then she has to leave at night, and I stay. Dior is loyal to you. I hope you know and recognize it. Tori, you one lucky, tough chick. Juice wheels me over to the mirror after making that last statement. Afraid of what I'd see, I turn my head. I don't want to see the damage that's been done to my face this time around. I saw my hands, legs, and stomach bandaged. I could only imagine what's underneath. Stop that shit. Juice grabs my chin and turns it towards the mirror. Closing my eyes, I refuse to even see what's before me. Look in that mirror, damn it. You, we, us, we made it. We blessed. Can't nothing change that, and we gonna make it. Now, Tori, please open your eyes and look at the woman in this mirror. Juice whispers in my ear as I rest my head on his chest. Taking a deep breath, I open my eyes and look at the woman staring back at me in the mirror. For the first time in a long time, I see me, Tori Imani Lee, a strong-willed, tough, ride-or-die chick that's now a mature new mother, a future wife, and an aspiring makeup artist. I am officially done with the streets. I don't and never did belong there. Now I have something to look for and work towards. Yeah, my face is black and blue. My lips are swollen. My left eye is partially shut. However, for the first time, I feel proud of me. I'm happy with the person I am. The nurse comes in and gives me pain medication. The doctor comes in and examines me. My wounds are starting to heal with no infection in sight. Luckily, a major artery or no wounds. Luckily, no major arteries or nerves were injured. I'm able to see Kennedy and Trinity, and that became routine for the next 5 more days of my hospital stay. During that time, I visited Terrence Jr., Aunt Sheila, Dior Ray, Charles, and Kamisha. I had to give my condolences to Kamisha. I know that losing Mello to this bullshit has to be hard, but it seemed like her and Terrence were getting closer. I could tell they both needed comforting after these tragic events. The next chapter is called Picking Up the Pieces. Tony Michelle in the house. That's the author of this book, in case you guys don't know. We also have a reality wrap. Let me do this. That way I know where to take that part out at. That was for editing purposes, excuse me. But we also have a reality wrap, the reality version of this book that runs every Monday night at 7 p.m. So make sure you guys are tuned into that. Picking Up the Pieces. Today is the day I can finally go home, but my baby girls have to stay. They cannot leave until they're 36 weeks old and breathing and eating on their own. And that's okay with me and Juice because they only have less than a month and they've been doing great. Getting bigger and getting prettier by the day. Over the next 3 weeks, things get better with my life. I visit the twins every day, all day. I take my mastery makeup artist classes online with my iPad. Juice is there with me until he leaves for his film editing class in the evening. Kamisha has officially moved to Atlanta with us and look like she and Terrence are going to be an item. They visit the twins every other day. Dior Ray comes by too and is also taking a class in makeup. I want her to be able to work in the shop that I'm planning on opening up. And the best part, she and Charles are expecting a baby, DeAndre. So I'm happy for them. A baby boy, DeAndre. I'm happy for them. My bestie deserves to be happy and seems like she found her Prince Charming. Life seems to be falling back into place. This is where I should have been in my life long ago, but what good would life be without mistakes and chance meetings? On the day my ladies turned 36 weeks, they were ready to go home. Kennedy is now 6 pounds, and Trinity isn't that far behind, 5 pounds, 11 ounces. Juice flew his mother up there 2 weeks ago to live with us since she has stayed clean. She wanted to be with her son and only grandchildren. Lord knows we could use the help right about now. Through all the madness, Juice managed to find us a home of our own in Decatur. Now there's more than enough room for his mother in our 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3-story home. Arriving at our new home with the twins, I was pleasantly surprised. Aunt Sheila, Aunt Jody, Maria, along with my brother, Kamisha, Dior, and Charles are all there. Everyone has gifts for the divas, and I'm so overjoyed with life right now. This is what things should be like. Since Kennedy and Trinity are the stars of the show, I take time to go upstairs and seriously look into the mirror. A year ago, I was your average quote-unquote bad bitch and thought I had everything in life. But I was missing something that I didn't ever think I'd find, and it was real true love. I chased the smell of money, and I made money the motive behind everything that I did. Looking at my scars on my stomach and my hand, I think to myself, I've come a long way. A few months ago, I had no idea whether or not if I was going to ever make it back to Atlanta alive. I hear Maria calling my name, looking myself over with a smile, pin my hair up in a high bun since the patches in my head haven't even begun to grow back in, and head downstairs to my little ladies and my waiting guests. As I come down the stairs, I see Juice standing in the bottom of the staircase waiting for me, everyone behind him smiling. Juice has his hands behind his back. I smile with certainty. I know this is a moment in life that every girl dreams of. Removing his hand from behind his back, he has two Jared boxes. Slowly opening the first box, I start to blush as I can see my dream ring. It's a Levion cotton candy amethyst colored diamond ring. This is bigger and brighter than my original promise ring, which I can now gladly switch out. The second box is a matching cotton candy colored necklace that says Tori. Tori Imani Lee, would you do me the favors of being my wife? Because a nigga couldn't see myself without you. I blushed and started to sweat as all eyes were on me. They were patiently waiting for my response. I thought this day would come much later down the line, since he promised me that one day back in Tampa that he would one day ask me to be his wife. So much has transpired since then. And now the day has come that he fulfilled this promise. To be honest, I knew we would be together. I just didn't imagine in this way. I'm smiling from ear to ear, but can't speak. Dior breaks the silence and says, well, Tori, what is it gonna be? You getting married or nah? I look around the room, and the smiles and the happiness on everyone's face made my heart melt even more. Feeling all choked up, and my eyes start to tear. Doing the little dance, I say, yes, yes, hell yes. Every one of our guests clap as I reach the end of the stairs, to give my fiance a hug and kiss and put my new ring and necklace on too. Now let me get a picture of my future husband and wife, Dior calls out as she starts snapping pictures before we could even pose. Congratulations, you two. Dior and Aunt Sheila give me a hug and a kiss. Juice pops a bottle of champagne and we start a mini celebration. Once the house has settled down, Dior sits down with me in the living room as I feed the twins. Tori, have you thought of a date yet? I know he just asked you tonight, but I also know you and how your mind works. I looked at Dior with a smirk, because this chick positively knows me inside and out. Of course, boo. I think 4th of July weekend this year will be perfect. I mean, why not? That's the weekend I knew that I wanted to spend my forever with him, and he saved my life. Dior looks at me but doesn't voice her protest against that awful date. Look, Dior, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, so we almost lost our lives that weekend, but we made it, and we've been strong ever since. Plus, it's my birthday, bitch, and I can have what I want for my birthday, right? Dior laughs and continues. Well, Tori, that's only a few months away. Let us get busy, my friend, because we're going to make sure you have the biggest, dopest wedding in Georgia. Later on that night, after all of our house guests left, Maria was so kind to take the twins downstairs with her so that Juice and I could have some alone time. And boy, did we need it. Juice came into our bedroom, locking the door behind him. Come over here, girl, he said as he takes another sip out of his champagne bottle before laying down on our king-size bed. Laying in his arms right now reminds me of the times we laid in bed together back in Tampa. The nights we would just lay and talk for hours about any and everything. Juice kissed me in my forehead. I just want to take the time to say I really love you, Tori. I ain't never felt this way about anybody in my life. It's been a hell of a ride, but I'm glad I took it with you. This was so typical of Juice. Even with him being thugged out, he still managed to come up with the lame-ass lines. But I loved it and him. Now that we didn't have to fight for our love or even our lives anymore, I can be the woman he needs me to be and more. Okay, guys, I'm actually going to stop. That was 2 chapters. And we are on, we only have 37 minutes left in the book. So I could read through it, but not tonight, because I have to catch up on some other things. So I'm really, really behind. So we only have 37 minutes in the book. So I believe that I should be able to finish the book on my next read. Hopefully I'm not super busy and needing to catch up like today. But thank you guys so much for joining me for Money is the Motive. Make sure you guys come back 7 p.m. Yes, tomorrow night. Yes, I'm going to go live at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yes, I'm really going to read at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. And I'm going to try to do my best to finish up. Okay. Oh, Shan in the house. What's going on? Shan in the house. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, guys. So you guys know Money is the Motive. Every Monday, 7 p.m., 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the reality wrap. It's important that you tune in. Make sure you go to Teahive Movie Night so that you can subscribe over there and get the all of the reality wraps on a playlist. Okay? Peace and love. Gotta go.